Thursday. I nearly said Tuesday. It is Thursday, the 10th of July. Welcome, welcome. Good morning to Bev and Wendy. And I think that's all we had in there, Bev and Wendy, at the moment. So welcome, welcome. Hello, how are you? I'm rubbing my hands together. It is freezing this morning, and I see Wendy saying it's sunny and 85 in Minnesota. Well, I would love it to be sunny and 85. I don't know what that is. That's probably mid-20s for us. Just really nice, probably. Anyway. It is dye, and I think you guys are going to love it. So I am jumping on as well with, I've got one to show you today, and then I'll show you what I made the other day as well. So, and I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. So let's get swung around. So here we go. I'm assuming everything is going okay because something popped up on my screen a second ago. And oh, Cherie, it's Cherie's Stampin' Shenanigans. Hey, there we go. Now we know I can say hello to Bev, Wendy, and now Cherie. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at the embossing folder. It is a standalone, meaning it doesn't have anything else. So you can just buy this outright and do a whole stack of you know, big cards as well, and you can cut things out and do all of that if you like your fussy cutting. So this is a 3D, so it is a really heavily embossed image. I have done one already. I just did it in white, and it is a massive folder. So this is on a sheet of half sheet of A4 standard card in Australia. So it's 14 point, what is it, 8 or 14.9 or something by 21, or if you're going in inches, it is 8.25 inches by almost 6. So it is quite a large one. You could probably get 2 card fronts out of that one. So it is huge, and it is definitely very deeply embossed if you haven't seen this one already, which I'm sure you have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the technique, and I have not done this before, so if it goes to crap, then it goes to crap. But what I'm going to do is the dragging of the ink pad over the top of the image, and we'll see what we get out of it. So yeah, Wendy, this one is really pretty. So what I have done, I've already done a fair bit of it because I've colored the images, and I did them with the Stampin' Blends, and it took me a long time. So I didn't want to do that on screen. So, but I will show you what I've done and what colors I've done. So I have colored on the debossed side. So you want not the raised, you don't want the raised ones, because when you drag your ink pad over the top of it, it's all going to get covered with your second black, with your ink color. So you want to color inside the depressed leaves and petals. Some of the areas are a little bit raised, so you need to be quite careful that you don't put too much pressure on your image when you're coloring, because you don't want them to sink. So when I eventually drag my ink pad over the top, these little petals, the little raised veins on the petals and the veins on the leaves, are going to pick up the color as well, which frightens me. I'm a little bit scared, and I didn't go all the way into the center because that feels like it's raised around there, which will pick up the color as well. So the colors that I have used, I did it with my blend. So like I said, it did take me a little while to do that. If you don't want it to be taking so long, I would use your daubers. My daubers are all, I need to get some new ones. They're all sort of fluffing and coming apart. So you could use daubers to go in and do it that way. Or if you've got some tiny little brushes, you could probably do a little bit of ink blending in there as well. But I chose blends. So the colors that I did for my petals, I used Dark Daffodil Delight, Dark Lemon Lolly, and Light Lemon Lolly. Mainly because I think my Daffodil Light is becoming a little bit dry, so I didn't use them. On the leaves, I made a mess of the leaves. I did Dark Mossy Meadow, Dark Old Olive, and then Light Old Olive. So don't look at them, they're a little bit mucky. And then for the centers, I colored in Pumpkin Pie Dark, and then the light and dark of the Peach Pie. And then I went back in and did a little bit of stippling, so up and down little dots, pointillism, stippling, whatever you want to call it, with the dark Crasian Cage. And then I repeated the same dotting with the other 3 ones as well, just to give it a little bit of texture. So there we go. I don't know whether I'm streaming on Facebook as well or not, because I had a little blip come up on my screen and I didn't pay attention to it when I before I clicked it off, and it was yellow and said oops, something or other. So I don't know whether I'm streaming on Facebook or not. So if anyone is on Facebook land, yell out and say hello. So my question to you guys is, while I am cutting this, because I'm not going to drag my ink over the entire, actually maybe I should drag my ink over the entire, and then I can go back and color in these ones later. Maybe I will do that. But anyway, so my question is going to be, do I drag my ink color? Should I do it with early espresso, which is the darkest brown? Sure, it's the darkest brown we have. Or do I do it with black? So I will let you guys tell me, because to tell you the truth, I'm a little bit scared of this next step because I've not done it before. So I'm pooping my pants a little bit. So I will let you guys just tell me which one I should do. And in the meantime, I'll show you the cards that I made the other day, not yesterday, the day before. So with this one, what I did is I actually took the Versamark ink pad to the folder, and I inked up, patted my ink pad all over the top of it, and then I ran my cardstock through, and then I did some white embossing over it, and I did one side, and then I cleaned off my folder and I did the other side. So one's the embossed and one's the debossed, and I always get them mixed up, so I never know. But you can see that glossy white shine there, so that was good. Okay, we have got espresso. Good, thank you, Cherie, for the vote of confidence. I'll be fine. Yes, okay. So definitely I'll chuck that black on the ground, and we will do this. Okay, deep breaths. Find my early espresso. There we go. Now, my early espresso is my very original linen ink pad stick. So I don't know whether that's going to make a difference, but let's just do it. Okay, which side am I going to start? Shall I go down that way? Maybe I'll start on this side just in case, so I can, and I think you come at a bit of an angle and then just lightly drag that through. So here we go. We're going to go into the color. So it gives a bit of a look going on. So this is a linen ink pad. I'm not sure whether a foam. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's only very lightly to start with. Phew. Do you remember doing the wood grain technique with these? Oh. So it sort of is giving that little bit of a wood grain look. All right. Okay, that's my first initial pass. Now, the ones that I have seen with other people doing them, they have got a real heavy coverage. So that's my next question. Should I leave it at that, or should I go and put a second? I'll do a second one over down here to make it a little bit darker in color. Or should I perhaps grab a lighter? Here you go. Now you guys can help me out. Should I grab a lighter brown as well? What have I got? I could do a pecan pie over the top of that as well. See, I'm glad I did this bit here now, because I've got testers. So I can either go a couple more layers with that one, and these are the foam pads. So let's have a look and see what, oh, have a look at the difference that makes. Woohoo! Wow. Okay. I'm going to say, you guys decide. That's freaky. Here, I'll do a little bit over here, because I know that my card size comes over a little bit more. So let me do a little bit over there. Ooh. Okay, that might have been me being heavy-handed. Jiminy Cricket, check that out. And I can see it's taken a lot of ink off my pad there. Okay, leave it the way it is. Foam will be more intense. Oh, heck yes, it was. So, light, or should I go over it? Should I go over this a little bit more with the early espresso, or should I? Here we go. I've got some early espresso card, or should I give it a little? Maybe if I can try and go a little bit lighter on the touch with the with that one there, the pecan pie as well. I kind of quite like it with that little bit of extra brown. I'm going to be careful too because I've got making a mess here. Okay, I'm going to try and go very lightly. Okay, so really, really, really light touch. That was really light. It's just picking up a little bit, making that, oops, don't get twisted around. Okay, so I was very heavy the first time I tried it. That's just making that little wood grain a little bit warmer in color. Oh, what have I done there? What have I not colored? See, now I can find where the mistakes are when I didn't color in. Okay. So I'm going very, very lightly. I'm not putting, I did put pressure over here, which I actually quite like that area there, but I'm just going really, really lightly. And in some places, I'm going to start halfway down. So it sort of looks like it's on a wood fence, sort of, because I've got the tubes there. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Let me bring that up and show you. And I quite like that the colouring that I did has stayed dark into light, and I've still got a lot of that detail and texture going on with the centres of the flowers as well. So I don't mind that at all. Okay, let me clean this up because I probably made, it's not too bad. I didn't make too much of a mess on the back there. But we'll get this cleaned up. And then I thought what I would do is just, I want to keep it fairly simple. A little messy. Messy. I should have re-wet my chamois. There we go. Get it all clean. So I thought I would keep this card fairly simple, and I have got out some alphabet dies. Now I think one of them is retired and the other one is current. Let me just trim this down. Now if you would like, wait a minute, I think I'm trimming down the wrong side. Hang on. I don't normally make cards this size, but because I have it was a scrap, it was already cut, and I thought, right, well, we'll do that. I think that's right. If not, I've got to get another piece of card. Okay, now if you would like all the instructions and all the products that I've used and everything for this card, head on over to alisatilsner.com. Make sure that you are subscribed to my newsletter. You'll get my color coach for free as well. But all the measurements, all the products, everything that I've used for this card will go out next week. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down, and I want to die cut the words hello to put across, but I've got two different dies, so I need to work out which ones to use. Okay, and I want to keep the majority of those flowers, so I will pop them in. Oh, I do quite like that. I have to try something with that. Okay, so I will trim. I think I'll trim the, oh, look, I missed these ones too. I think I will trim this side down. I do like, actually, you know what? I won't. I do like having a bit of green up there, so I'll keep these scraps just in case. And, you know what? I'm making a mess. I was going to keep those scraps and use them for the inside of my card, but I don't know that I'll have enough scraps there now. Okay, so that should fit on there nicely. And I'm just going to grab one of these yellow markers, and I don't mind a little bit of white, but that one just looks like it's out of place. Oops, there's another little bit up there. Well, these little bits that you find afterwards that you go, oh, that should have been coloured in. What colour would that have been? Oh, we'll just colour that yellow. So you can go in and touch up any areas that are bothering you if you wish. Although I don't mind a little bit of that white. Don't mind. Okay, so alphabet dies. I have got the Playful Alphabet die, which is a short, stocky die. So I can use those ones. These ones are retired, I do believe. And then I've got the Alphabet a la mode dies, which I think are still current. So tall and skinny. Hello, H-E-L-L, I think it'll fit. Or short and stubby. Which ones should I be using? And while you guys are deciding that, I am going to get out my adhesive sheets. And I've got to decide whether I want yellow or whether I want brown, because I want to do a little overlap. I want to put one on top of the other and have a little bit showing. So I either do brown on yellow or yellow on brown. So there's another choice. I'm leaving this one up to you guys. Now, what was I getting? Oh yeah, my sheets. Where did I put them? Oh no, transfer sheets. Yeah. Maybe I have not got them. Oh, I thought I had left them out. Maybe I didn't. What did I do with them? Maybe I will just be gluing. Transfer. What are transfer sheets? What were they? Oh, and yeah, maybe I should have just said, so tall, a la mode, tall, okay, mostly tall. And I cannot find my adhesive sheets. What did I do with them? Oops. Oh, I'm crushing things in my drawer. Okay. I'll be gluing then today. I'm a gluing. All right. Tall ones, let's put these ones away. So, and then while I'm die cutting them, because I'm going to need 2 of each anyway, you guys can let me know yellow on brown or brown on yellow. Let me get this little machine out. Oh gosh, my desk is such a mess. My Facebook feed must have failed completely. Okay, so let's cut out. Yep, they're a little long enough. H E do they give me 2 L's? Oh, thank you very much. And if I was clever enough, I would take the time and line these up so I could use the negative, but I'm not going to. I want those adhesive sheets, but I don't know where I've put them. They have gone astray. And you know what I'm like with that green glue. I'm not real good. Transfer sheets are rub-ons. What do they do? How come I've got them and how do I not know what to do with them? And how long ago did we have them? Oh, don't put them away. I need brown, you Wally. See, if you were smart and you took the time, you could line all that up and you could use that. Oh, that wouldn't look good. But you could use it on something. So, where's my pokey tool? My poor plate is that covered in scratch marks that I can't get things off the plate anymore. Oh, these are really skinny. I hope they get seen. Let's have a, we're going to have a little check. Okay, so this is what these guys are going to look like. So they are very not being seen. Let's cut out the brown. We'll see what it looks like. I better put them here so I don't lose them. All right, so it might have to be, it might just have to be brown on yellow. I might not have a choice. Although they could look different when you get everything cut out, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what I would really like? I would like a set of dies, alphabet dies, that are in the same type of font as this. I think that that would be really cool. Or even just the word hello in that sort of heavy based font. I was thinking that would be perfect for a card like this. I'm putting these away because I know that if I don't, I will lose them. So I don't tend to have stuff left out all over my desk. You know, I'll leave ink pads and stamp sets and stuff, but they are always in their packets. I can't not put things back in their packets. Whoops, where's the H? Don't lose you. All right. Okay, bear with me. Lost my pokey tool. Oh my gosh. And because it's freezing, my fingers don't want to work. I do need communication case. I actually do have a set just in case, but you know me, I like to use things to death. Okay, so let's get this guy lined up. I perhaps should have done this beforehand too, because this is going to be really tricky. Okay, so there's like a yellow underneath, and that will, I don't even know whether these are going to stand out or whether I'm just wasting my time trying to do that, or oops, that one goes that way. Oh, these are going to be fiddly. These are going to be fiddly. Or we've got yellow on brown, and yeah, look, they just don't, they get swallowed up. So I might even have to just throw that idea away. I think if I'd left it, oh jeepers, I don't even know whether they are going to get, look at that, they're going to get swallowed up. I think these ones were all well and good, but I think they're getting munched up by those flowers. I think we're going to have to resort to these ones. Sorry guys, and I think it's going to have to be brown, and I don't know whether I should put you through the time of cutting out a whole heap of yellow ones as well. Okay, sorry, I'll have to put them away for another time. And now I'm going to have a double of a time finding, oh, there's a H, because these ones are all over the place. L, 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 and they've only given me one L and an O. All right, let's get these done. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, put us through the time. Oh, okay, as long as you're sure, because I'm always like, oh, I don't want you guys, you know, sitting there going, oh my God, would she just hurry up and get to the point? All right, I don't even, oh, is that going to work? Are these going to be just too, oh, or can you have H around that way? What do you think? Are they still getting too swallowed up? Because if they are, I'm not going to cut out too much more. Who would have thought? Oh, that one, do you think that one looks a little bit better? I need another L, and I'm just going to need to grab another piece of yellow because I need, oh my gosh, go through. Maybe I do need to get those new plates out. All right. Okay, so there's my other. Hello. Okay, they're both getting lost. Yeah, let me bring it back up. Yeah, and it doesn't even, I don't think it's even going to matter where I place that. It'll get munched up, won't it? It's too busy. It's too busy. Oh man, I don't like it when things don't go to plan because I have them in my head. And then, you know, oh, glitter. Oh, yeah. Glitter, what have I got? Don't actually have a lot of glitters. Can you believe it? Maybe it's just going to have to be a stamp set like I did with that one. Maybe I'm going to have to resort to that, which isn't bad. I just thought, you know, it'd be nice to do something different. Do you know what would have looked good? That would have looked good on this. That's what that would have looked good at. Hey, 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 hey. Maybe because I've got those two cards that are exactly the same. Let me put that down there. I wonder if I could steal that because it's in the same color and stick it on the other card and then put these on this one. What do you think about that idea? Can I steal it? Oh, look at that. Hello. Look at that. And because there's a lot of white embossing on this card, you don't even, there's a tiny little bit of stuff that's been torn, but not enough to even know it. All right, now we're on a roll. Now I don't have to, now I'll use them on, now, or actually, now we can choose. Do we want to go, we'll try that out in a minute. Okay, let's do this one. I mean, I can always fix that one up later. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to do it. So we'll have a look. Okay, feeling better now. See, I make the mistakes so that you guys don't have to. Alrighty, let's get that down. Nice one. Okay, and then how I did this was I just cut 2 lengths of twine and I tied them together in a bow. So like kept the 2 strands together and then tied them in a bow that way so that we've got a double bow going on. And then I might have to try and peel that off. It's got a glue dot on the back. Is it going to work? Can I get it off? Yeah, well, I can get as much as I can off. Okay, and then I tried to squash that knot quite flat. And then we'll grab a glue dot and up. Okay, and then what I did is I just laid it on my card on a bit of an angle, and I didn't press it down until I worked out where I wanted my hello. So unfortunately, it's going to have to go over my orange center there, which I really quite like. But pop it on a bit of an angle and try and get that as flat as you possibly can. And then I need to take these off because they've lost their stick now. But that's okay. And then I'm going to just grab a couple new ones, and I put one on right at the beginning of it because I want this to sit over the knot and then you can put 1 or 2 on this side as well. I might actually put 2 on there. I sort of feel like it needed another one, but leave that little bit of a space in there so that the knot of your ribbon can go on there, the knot of your drawing. Okay, I need to go back and read comments because Cherie says, Nicole, your idea for the yellow one would work too. Oh, I need to go back and read what Nicole wrote for the yellow one. So let's get that hello on there. And I used antique pearls, which I think I put away, surprisingly. Did I put them away or did I leave them out? No, I did put them away. Okay, so I left them white on here on that antique-y look. Am I going to use the brown side? Oh, yeah, good idea, Marilyn. I could leave the brown side as brown and put, oh, I wonder if they still get swallowed up. Oh, they're a pesky thing, those ones. And I think well, that definitely gets swallowed up. But I could probably do something with them if it was a little bit, I need something a little bit bolder. I'd like, do you know what? I think I might sandbox it. I'd like something this size, but a little bit bolder in width. Okay, let me go back and see. Where's Nicole? Where's Nicole? I've lost what she said. So if you're still there. Okay, should I leave these in the creamy state or should I give them a little bit of color? Maybe I could do some brown ones. Where's some early espresso? What color are you? You're a toned one. Do we not have an early? Oh yeah. I was going to say, do we not have an early espresso? No, we don't. We don't have an early espresso one. Interesting. Okay, well, I will just use this one, which is a 100. So let's give these a bit of a colour. Actually, I'm going to use my bullet tip. They trash my nib ends too quickly. And I normally like to give them, gee, I hope these don't get lost as well. So I normally like to give them a couple of coats. And I'll just do one of these ones. These antique pearls are the perfect thing for colouring because they still retain their gloss on them. But they take the colour beautifully. So, but you do need to give them a second to dry. I am hopeless for coming back in and touching them straight away and wiping half of the ink off. So I am learning that I should perhaps colour these first, go back and do something else on my card, and then come back to them. So Nicole said offset the yellows, yellow on top of the brown. For this card, that I will have a look at. Should I do, all right, while they're drying, let's look at this. So we've got hello in big. Hello. Or hello, and these are going to be super fuzzy to cut. Or hello, if I can spell right. Or I can do the offsetting in the short ones. They're still getting lost. Yellow, I'm so sorry. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. If I did the short ones, they would fit just beautifully between those embellishments that I've already got on there. And I think it's a bit more balancing, if you know what I mean, because I've got the thicker strip running down the side. Okay, let's pop these guys on. Press them down good and firm because we are on lots of textured card. Lots of texture card. Yay, there's one. Woohoo! And of course, if you should do the inside straight away. And then if you had like little bits, these aren't going to work, I don't think. But you could pop a little strip. Oh, actually, that might work just to do a little bit of decoration. Maybe I will do that. I think I'm going to use the thick ones for these, and I'm not going to muck around with because I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm not going to muck around with what do you call it, poppy uppy things. Let's just get this card back together. Which way does that O go? I'm just sort of going to pop them in here for a little bit of a line up so I can work out where I'm going to place my, you know what, you don't even have to put them straight, do you? Look at that. Let's just not put them straight. I've got this is a one sitting in my drawer. I thought I pulled it out again the other day. It's just got a biro tip glue pen on it, and I thought it might, okay, a hook that way or a hook that way. I might do it upside down, because if I'm going to do this wavy, let's do it that way. And I'm going to grab a little block and I'm going to put you on there. And if you want to do it straight, get a ruler out, something like that. Let's pop this one down. Grab a bigger block. Pop you up. Oops. Frozen hands do not work well. You could also pop a little bit of Wink of Stella on these. That would be really pretty. And get that final O on there. I probably don't have enough glue. They'll probably come off on me later on and I'll sit and have to do it again properly. All right, let's get you up there, and I'm going to set you aside just for a minute. I have got some white somewhere. Here we go. Oops, knock over all my mess, all my scrap piles. Look at that. Okay. I do like the thin ones, but they're just misbehaving for me this morning, so we won't fight with them. How good is that? I put a new blade in my trimmer the other day, and it's beautiful. Okay, and I'll use this strip. Whoops, I've got the red line coming on my tape. Pop that down the bottom, because I'm so bad, and then every time I want to go and use one of these cards that I've got on dark cardstock, and then I find that I open it up to go to write in it and I haven't put an insert in it. I have to sit down and put inserts in it. So I need to learn to do them straight away. There we go. So there we have it. Now also, because I forgot, because we've been fussing over this card for so long, that we have a sale on our two-toned cardstock at the moment, and the two-tone cardstock would actually look really pretty if you ran it through, pretend this is two-tone, and then if you got a sanding block and then you went over the top of it, you'd want to do the embossed side, the raised side, and then you went over it with your sanding block or a little bit of you know, filing paper or grip paper or whatever, and took off the top layer. That would look really pretty with the two-tone cardstock. But I have got a little bit of two-tone cardstock, but not a huge amount, so I can't do it. So but there we go. There's our, now I've got 3 cards. So my original ones, my pulled apart one and then now that one instead. So there we go. We got there in the end. We got there in the end. So, Cherie said that she did too. Oh no, her trimmer, her blade cuts just as badly. I pulled out my old one, and it actually had the blade had sunk into the little there's a little white sort of ring type thing around it, and it had sunk into it, and that's why it wasn't cutting properly, because it wasn't actually reaching the cardstock. So there we go. Okay, well that is it for me today. I'm probably going to have a play around a little bit more with this, because I've still got another 1.5 of these to go, so you might see a few more cards from me yet. And hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget that if you are wanting all of the measurements, not that there's a lot of measurements, but all of the colors and the products and stuff that I've used on this one, make sure you sign up to my newsletter, which is on the screen at the moment, alisatilsner.com. And yeah, head on over, and that'll go out in next week's newsletter. So we will see you again. I've got to be an engineer then. Yeah, I know. My son actually fixed it for me, and it stayed fixed for a little while, and it was working beautifully again. And then it sunk back into the little holder again. So I thought, oh, it's probably time just to get a new one. So okay, so thanks very much, and we will see you again next week. So thank you very much. Yes, definitely go and get it. It's, like I said, it's a standalone. I didn't even look at the price. I should have looked at it before I got it, but folders aren't overly expensive, and you can do so much with this one. It's just gorgeous. So yep, definitely run out and grab it. Okay, we'll see you this time next week. So take care, stay warm. See you later.